Hey everybody, welcome to another Friday night sit down.
Okay, so today's topic is just as the title says, do you need love to maintain a marriage? So this is a question that we have gone through back and forth since we've been married. We kind of go back and forth about this. Do you need love to maintain your marriage? What do you guys think? Before we even get started, let us know in the comment section down below what you guys think about the question. Do you need love to actually maintain your marriage? Okay. All right. So before we start with the topic, before we jump into this one, I wanted to talk about a comment that we got in our comment section. So we received a comment on our podcast, Unraveling the Truth, What Men Are Truly Seeking in Women. So this comment was one of those comments that was filtered out by YouTube. And I'm going to go ahead and read in the most cleanest fashion the comment that the person put in our comment section, okay? Okay. So they say, men marry for end of life, no fault divorce. We put a ring on your finger and now we own your explicitive, okay? And it says we own your explicitive for life. You're going nowhere except the kitchen or the bedroom. Up to 30% of married men in the West have a child or children that are not biologically theirs. Okay? And don't know it. So mandatory DNA testing for all men's children. Up to 80% of women cheat. This is what this person said. And 0 body count. So they're not allowed to have a count. No girls' night out. And we DNA test you every day. So we know there's nothing in you that should not be there. Okay. So this is a comment that we got in our comment section. Now, we just want to say we definitely respect everybody's opinions. So we respect you guys as people, as individuals. We definitely love the fact that you guys are watching our videos. So thank you for the view. And we definitely respect that each person has a right to their own opinion. So we're not gonna, go back and forth and say we're right and you're wrong with this thing. However, we read this comment to give you an example of the type of comment that we would not be able to tolerate on the channel. So everything except for the first part that contained the explicit word, which I'm not going to repeat. The word started with a P. Okay. We cannot have on our channel. So if you guys are going to make comments in the comment section, which we're definitely encouraging, we want more interaction from you guys. So please put something down there, put an opinion down there. There's no judging because we can all learn from each other, right? So this is a very interesting perspective. And I can kind of see how this person, I don't necessarily agree, but I can kind of see how this person in their minds could potentially come to this idea. Clearly, this person has been exposed to certain situations that were not tasteful, that were not...
the comment, there's nothing wrong with voicing how you feel.
Exactly.
I just think the tone of it wasn't right. And
well, the tone because of the explicitive, not because necessarily what they said.
Because of the like you said, the curse words that were put in the comment. We have a standard that we're trying to uphold on this channel, on this podcast, and that was just out of the way for us. And actually we didn't see the comment. YouTube blocked it.
Yeah, YouTube blocked it.
And then
we filtered.
Yeah, when we went, you saw it.
Yeah, we went back. Every now and then
we
do check to see if there's any blocked comments. It doesn't happen often, but it does come up every now and then. So
so it's not a big deal. Just we want comments. We need comments, but just make sure they're tasteful.
Yeah, comments definitely help our channel in general. It helps for YouTube to actually push our videos out more, and we want the dialogue to be going. So, if somebody comments something, and somebody's able to interact with that comment and state their opinion or how they feel about the matter, that's good. I think that we can all learn from each other in some form or fashion. Sometimes it can be the smallest thing that kind of sets the light bulb off, even for myself or Nick. So like we always say, we're not claiming to be experts, and we're not here to judge anybody. But just try to make it in such a way that you don't have to use explicit language.
Just be respectful. That's all.
We don't want to demean either men or women, even though things might be said. And some people may take offense to some of the things even that we say. But again, if you do take offense, you can always put it in the comment section. Maybe we can learn from you guys, and can learn to direct the way how we approach things in a different manner moving forward. Okay, so that's one part of that. We want this channel to be open to your children and to our children. So we know how kids are. When they're younger, they may not know how to navigate the internet, social media, and so forth. But at some point along the way, they will access the videos that we're putting out here on YouTube, right?
We'll get in there and look at them at some point.
So we don't want this to be a channel where we're embarrassed of the things that we say or the things that we do for generations to come, right? We want our grandchildren to be able to look at it. We want our children to be able to look at it. And, if YouTube is still around with the videos, we want our great-grandchildren to be able to access the content without shame. So that is where we stand as far as the comments are concerned. So go ahead and comment down below. We definitely encourage it. But just refrain from using certain tones of language. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, because we all love each other here. This is a loving place to be. All right. So with that being said, thank you for the new subscribers to our channel. We really appreciate your support.
New subscribers.
And let's move along with our topic. Okay. So, Nick. Okay, so our topic today is, do you need love to maintain your marriage?
Yes.
Okay, so Nick says yes, and I've always been one to say no. And then he looks at me sideways like, what do you mean? I feel some kind of way. What are you trying to say? Okay, so my take on it is, you don't need love to maintain a marriage. Okay, so some years ago, I came across a video, and they were having, not a discussion about this. It was actually it was actually a sermon that was being preached. So, and the discussion was that you don't need love to maintain a marriage, right?
Yeah.
So the thesis is, you fall in love, you guys connect, you fall in love, everything is wonderful, you're in love, you're in bliss. You guys get married. Then you have the honeymoon, and the honeymoon is over. Real life starts to set in. Okay, so we all know that honeymoon phase, it can come and go throughout a marriage, but it only lasts for a certain time. And then real life kicks in. You say something, I say something else.
Yep.
And we're going back and forth about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So at that very moment, what is sustaining our marriage? Is it love? Or is it something else when we're going back and forth?
I think so. This is my take on it. I'm gonna give my take, and then you can give your take. Then we can wrap it up. But my take on it is,
wrap it up. We just started.
My take on it is, I think to say that you don't need love to maintain a relationship is very, very, very misleading. Because, I think love is the foundation of what your relationship kind of is based on. So, that's a little part of the ingredients. So if you making, say you have a recipe, like, you have a recipe for, say, like a potato pie or something, right? If you take one ingredient out of it, it's not gonna be the same. You get what I'm saying? It's not gonna be the same. So I think you to say you don't need love is kind of misleading, because love is kind of the base or the foundation of what you're gonna build on, if that makes sense.
Okay, so my question is, do you need love to maintain the marriage? Maintain the marriage.
To maintain the marriage?
That's a whole nother question for what you're saying.
So, okay.
Because...
Let me explain. So I think you do, because if you don't love somebody, right? If you don't love somebody, I don't think you why would you, if you... All right, so let me back up. So you meet somebody, your relationship is based... I think love is the foundation, right? So everything builds off that, right? So you have the love, and then everything else build off that. So what happens is, to maintain that, to keep that going, obviously, because the love was already established. It's already established, right? Then you're gonna be that commitment, or that whatever else that comes with it, to maintain it is gonna be that much easier, because the love was already established. Now you could commit to somebody. You get what I'm saying? So it's building. I don't think it's hard for me to say that you don't need love to maintain a relationship.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying. Okay, yeah. But the key thing is to maintain it. So the reason why I'm saying this is because when I saw this sermon, part of what was said was that, and I thought this is totally genius. Like, this is the way how this thing works, right? So there's people that get divorced every day, right?
Yeah.
They don't get divorced necessarily because they don't love each other.
Yeah.
You have people that get divorced. They're in relationships. They have children. They have built a whole entire foundation on this thing that they call love, right?
Yeah.
But they cannot get along with each other. They cannot see eye to eye, right? Yeah. And they cannot make the relationship work. It's not because they don't love or care about each other. It's because they're lacking something else. Now, you talk about ingredients, which is very interesting, because love, yes, is a feature, right? And for the most part, you have your odd marriage that goes sour, where they're like, they despise each other, they have no love left for each other, and so forth. And I'm going to say that is the reason why it is so important to pick your spouse very carefully, and to know that your spouse is the one that God has sent to you. Okay, so we won't go into how that gets done. It's basically based on faith and relationship, but that's another story. Yeah. So let's just get back to the point of, we are married, we cannot get along. Yeah. But I still love you. If something, God forbid, were to happen to you, I still love you. But again, God forbid, I love my husband. I don't want to get rid of my husband. Yeah. But if I felt like, okay, now it's time for a divorce, that doesn't mean I don't necessarily love you. Yeah. So that means that love did not maintain the marriage, right? Yeah. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, so you're saying you love somebody, but you're not going to be with them.
You still, yeah, because how many people do you know? Like, they say,
but
we love each other,
yeah, but
we just can't be together.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just saying you love somebody, are you really expressing love the right way it's supposed to be expressed?
Okay.
Or is it something you're just saying because you think you might have that feeling? Okay. You get what I'm saying?
So,
how many of us truly I hate to use the word truly, but experience love? You get what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of people say they love somebody or talk about it, but do they truly experience what love is, right?
Okay.
Or do they have a different definition of love? Some people might think love is this. Some people might think love is this. Some people might think love is this. But I think love is the foundation of what started, and you build on that relationship. You know what I mean? So I think it's very misleading for you to say it's love. You don't need love to maintain a relationship. You get what I'm saying?
So I'm not saying you don't need love in a marriage at all, but I'm saying, okay, so let me be clear. I'm not saying you don't need love in the relationship or in the marriage.
Yeah.
I believe you need love in the marriage. However, I don't believe it's the maintaining factor of the marriage. It's not what is going to maintain you in the marriage. What is going to maintain you in the marriage is basically your knowledge. No, and I'm
not like, obviously, like I said earlier, I don't think you could pinpoint one thing. It's a whole lot of things that works together to maintain a relationship.
How many times have you been in a situation? So, let's say with a family member, and I know this is not marriage, but let's just say with a family member, right? Mm-hmm. You love the person, you love them with all your heart, right? Yeah. But you can't deal with them
because
you can't talk to them. You can't, and I know that's not a marriage, but there's nothing that says you don't love them because you cannot continue a relationship with them in the most ideal way, because they're going this way and you are going that way in your mind.
And I mean that's what I'm saying. Like there's multiple things that keeps the relationship, to maintain a relationship. You know what I mean? It's not just one thing or the other thing.
Love alone cannot maintain the relationship.
No, and I'm not saying love alone, but love is the basis. That's the foundation.
But that's what starts the relationship.
What I mean? Okay, yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
That's what gets you to the point of marriage.
Yes, so it's kind of misleading for me to say you don't need love to maintain a relationship.
Okay,
because I'm
gonna point something else.
That's where you start. That's the initial stage.
Okay, in some faiths, right? In some beliefs, in some religions, and we're not going to get too sticky into what religions and so forth. Yeah. But we have some people. It's not even really a religious thing, but some people choose to have like arranged marriages, right? Mm-hmm. And you'd be surprised, like, even Christians choose to do that sometimes, right? Yeah. They allow their parents to pick for them or whatever. Yeah. So we're not going to pick on like any one set of people, because I don't want this to get too technical. Mm-hmm. So for those people, this is why I don't believe necessarily that love is used to maintain. So for those people, they come into this and they don't even really love each other. Why don't they love each other? Because they don't even know each other, and somebody's picking them to match each other, right? So we have two families coming together and saying that they would be a good match for whatever reasons. Mm-hmm. Okay, so with that being said, and there are arranged marriages that do work out and they do work well. They even have matchmakers, modern day matchmakers, and we see this even on internet, social media, and so forth, right? Mm-hmm. There's modern day matchmakers that will put people together. Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, you have modern day matchmakers putting people together. At some point, they have to get to know each other and they have to learn each other. Okay. So I think there's even sometimes a little more effort involved. If they knew what they were getting into, they knew they were being matched, there's a little more effort to get to know each other and understand each other's. Yeah. Versus people that just meet, they kind of infatuation, lust a lot of times. Yeah. And they tell themselves, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this person, right? Maybe not always looking at it from the right perspective, but they tell themselves they love each other. Yeah. So the matched people versus the people that did this naturally, there's a different amount or a level of work that goes into making the relationship work. Yeah. So now you get to the point of marriage, you get through the honeymoon stage, and then you have disagreements. Mm-hmm. Now, I feel like sometimes the matched couple that knowingly goes in this, and they know what they're getting themselves into, that want this to work on account of their family or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. I feel like because they might be putting more effort in, they may be doing something that the other couple, and this is not always, I'm just giving like the ideal example for the matched couple, okay? So don't come for me in the comment section, please.
Yeah.
Because I know my opinions are not like popular opinion, but it's okay. I'm very strong in what I believe in.
So, I mean, what point are you trying to get to?
I'm getting to my point. My point is, Nick, my point is, when you get to a point of past the honeymoon and then you realize, oh my gosh, we don't think a lot alike.
Yeah.
Like in many areas, we didn't explore that because, I mean, it can take years to get to know a person.
Yeah,
so
I totally agree with that.
So you get to the altar before you even hit that milestone of getting to know a person, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, the biggest thing that will maintain your marriage is the wanting the marriage to work. Okay. Okay, so I have some key points here. Being committed. Commitment.
So let me ask you.
Commitment from you.
Yeah, so let me
That's key.
So let me ask you a question. When you say wanting for it to work, so you're saying you don't have to love that person or like that person to want it to work?
You missed it. You totally missed it. Because we're in this marriage. I mean, I gave you the example of the other couple.
You give an arranged,
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of something completely different.
But the reason why I use them is because sometimes there's more effort from an arranged couple.
Oh, like both of them working together, trying to make it work? Because
they came into this arranged, and they know that this is how they wanted it, and they might put in a different type of effort. It's just a hypothetical.
Will they?
It's a hypothetical.
So during that, okay, they're good. But during that time, will they grow to love each other?
Yeah,
or like each other?
Yes.
So there's some sort of love there.
The thought is that they're going to grow to love each other,
okay,
right?
So there's love there.
There's love.
Okay.
There's also, but remember, we're going back to the divorced couple. How many people get divorced and they say they love each other still, right? I still love this person, but it just couldn't work. Why?
Yep. But really, what I'm saying is, do you really love? You're saying that, but do you really love the person? You get what I'm saying? Because if you love somebody, there's certain things that's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? So do you really love the person in that way, or you're just saying it because or what's your real definition of loving somebody? You get what I'm saying? Like when it comes to a relationship, I think it's a little different than loving your family member.
The point that I'm trying to make is this. We assume that love is in the marriage.
Yeah.
But Nick, love cannot make the marriage survive everything. Like just loving somebody cannot make a marriage survive. There's more to making a marriage survive.
And listen.
Commitment.
Yes.
Me loving you cannot make the... I'm going to give you an example. No, hold on.
Okay.
You're going to stop for a minute.
Okay.
You're going to stop for a minute.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because I've been through things with you, right? And if I didn't put through efforts, right, and commitment from my end, the way how I put through effort and commitment on my end, our marriage would not work.
But
the light bulb had to go off in your head, and then you had to reciprocate at some point.
But was it because you loved me? That's why you did that, or you just didn't love me, but you still.
That's not the point that I'm trying to make when I say.
I'm asking the question.
No. You're asking the question, but I have said this multiple times. We are assuming that you love each other, because when you get to the divorce point, you still love each other, right? But the point of the matter is, no matter how much I love you, Nick, no matter how much I pour myself out to you, no matter how much I'm on the floor crying over you, okay? If there is not certain things in the marriage to make it work, it will not work with love alone.
That's exactly what I'm saying. But all I'm saying is misleading to say you don't need love to maintain a relationship.
No. Hold on. Love alone cannot maintain a relationship. You don't need love to maintain. Okay, let me rephrase this.
Yes.
Let me rephrase this, okay? Love alone cannot maintain a marriage.
I agree. I agree with that.
So love is not needed. It's not the number one key ingredient to maintain a marriage. It's not.
I agree, but listen to what I'm saying. You need. That's why I said earlier.
We're going around in a circle here.
No, that's why I said earlier. You need everything to work, right? Because love. We
already are under the pretense that you love each other. You got married.
Yes.
You got to the altar. You have the honeymoon. Okay.
Yes.
The love is there.
Yes.
But we're now at argument point. But I think I said that earlier on.
Yeah, but first was
Nick,
you said
we've had this discussion.
I thought
before.
you said we're gonna see it on the camera. You said we don't need love to maintain a
marriage.
To maintain a
you
marriage.
You don't need love to.
And I beg
and I
to
said,
differ.
But
let me finish. But Nick,
hold on a second. I said, and you're not listening.
Okay.
Because I said, I said earlier on in the discussion that love is not necessary. Okay, it's not the key necessary thing to maintain a marriage, because when we get to the divorce point, we're still going to be like, oh, we love each other. So if we love each other and love is the key thing that's going to maintain the marriage, then why are we still saying we love each other when we're in the divorce?
Because love is the basis of the foundation of what you build.
But why are we getting a divorce?
Why
are we getting a divorce?
Because your love is your love, whatever love you're talking about, it may not be the same love as my love or your love or somebody else's love. You know what I mean? People are just saying they love
Nicholas,
people, but
at the start of the topic, we said.
Yeah.
At the start, we said that you do not need. My argument was, do you need love to maintain the marriage? Okay.
Yeah. And
then I went on to say, I don't believe so. Because when you are in divorce courts, right?
Yeah.
Or when you separate and you're raising your kids separately, I'm still gonna look at you and say, Nick, you know what? I love Nick. I still love Nick. As usual, we had to change out our battery. But as I was saying, commitment and shared goals is something that is required. Okay? So where love is there, we know that love is gonna be there. I said it at the beginning. We love each other. We get married. We go through the honeymoon, and then something goes wrong. We start to argue. We start to fight. We start to have problems. We can't get along with each other anymore. It's not because we don't love each other. It's because these are normal, natural things that are going to happen in a relationship. The problem is it could spiral out of control, okay? And this is the thing. It doesn't mean that I don't love you because I don't disagree with you. It doesn't mean that I don't love you because I cannot get along with you anymore. It doesn't mean that I don't love you because I don't have an understanding or a knowledge or a wisdom in how to work through things with you. Because guess what? You might love me and you might lack knowledge. You might lack understanding. True. You might lack wisdom in how to handle things and get through problems with me, right? Yep. So we have two people now. We both lack understanding. We both lack knowledge. And we both lack wisdom on how to communicate, how to get along with each other, and how to get through our problems. But does that mean, okay, so we don't have love? No, we still love each other. But guess what? That same situation that I just discussed, the things that we lack, is the same thing that's going to have you calling a lawyer, and the same thing is going to have myself calling a lawyer, okay?
Yep.
Because we're human at the end of the day. We are human. So for me, to just say, oh, if I love you, I'm just going to do the things that's going to make it work. It doesn't quite work. It's not so cut and dry. It doesn't work exactly like that. Okay?
All works together.
I can't with you. So, do we agree that we have established that we love each other in this marriage?
Absolutely.
Not we, but like
absolutely.
In the hypothetical. Okay, I can't tell whether this is sarcasm.
It's no sarcasm. We love each other. That's why we're together.
No, not we.
What do you mean?
We're not talking about we.
What
we're talking about in a hypothetical situation.
Okay.
Right? So, how can you prove that love alone is going to maintain the marriage?
I never said love alone is going to maintain a marriage.
But that is the argument. Love cannot maintain the marriage is my argument.
And I said you need everything to work together.
Yeah.
You can't just leave one out. and think it's gonna work.
I agree.
That's my whole point.
No, but I agree that you need a multitude of
And
ingredients.
love is the foundation, so that has to be in it.
Okay.
You can't. That's my whole point. I've been trying to say.
But my point is that love cannot maintain the marriage.
You need everything.
Exactly, Nick. But my point is that love cannot maintain the marriage. And
so hold on.
We've kind of gone through this discussion before.
So hold on. Let me ask you. So what do you think could maintain a marriage?
And I just told you.
What?
Commitments.
Okay. So you don't need love. You just need commitment.
No, I never said that you. I did not. I never once said you don't need love. I never said that.
So what do you? I think
when we started this whole podcast, and I'm sure you'll watch it back. I'm sure that when we started, we said love alone, or at least I said, because this is more of my stance. So we've been doing this back and forth for a very long time. This is something we can't seem to see eye to eye on. We may very well be saying the same thing, but the thing is, my stance is, my focus is not love. My focus.
You said love is not important.
I never said that. I never said that love was not important.
Sorry, what you said? Tell me what you said.
I said love alone cannot maintain a marriage. Love is not the maintaining factor of a marriage.
And you said love is not the most important thing, right? Didn't you say that?
Hold on a second. Love is important, but it is not the most important thing in the marriage. It is not the most important thing in the marriage.
What's the most important thing?
The most important thing is your functionality in the marriage. The most important thing is your commitment, because once you are committed in the marriage, there's going to be certain steps and certain things that you do and that you take to make the marriage work. Can you be committed to somebody without loving them? Nicholas, I never said that there's lack of love. You keep your laser focus.
I'm asking.
No, your laser focus is on no love, and I never said that.
No. I'm not on no love. I'm just saying it all works together. Nothing is more important than anything. That's my whole point.
There is something more important. There is something that is more important.
What's more important?
Because, like I said, you get to the end of the marriage, you're getting a divorce. People are still saying to each other, I love him. I just couldn't make it work. This is the common thing that people say. So if that's the case, we already have established that love stays. You know why I don't... love is consistent. What is not consistent is your commitment, your effort, your goals. That is the thing that changes. Okay, so let me put it like this, right? I want you to listen to me really good, really keen. It's like you're baking a cake, right? And you got all these ingredients to put in the cake, right? Some is more than the other. You're going to have a lot of flour, you're going to have a little pinch of salt, you're going to have this, you're going to have that, right? Mm-hmm. If you leave that little pinch of salt out, it's going to change the whole complete dynamics of that cake. Okay. So now I could say the same thing for baking a cake. Let me finish. No, but I could say the same thing for baking a cake. But I'm not finished making my point. How do you know what I'm saying? Go ahead. So what I'm saying is, in the way I look at it, you don't have to look at it this way. The way I look at it, mm-hmm. I don't think any of it is more important than any of it. Mm-hmm. I think you need it all. No, as small as one might be, or as big as one might be, I think you need it. I think you need it all. I did not say that you don't need love at all. I said love alone cannot maintain the relationship. Love does not maintain a marriage. That's all I said. That's what you said. It's not important as something else. Hold on a second. It's not the most important thing. No, love is not the most important thing, because people say it all the time. Oh, well, in a marriage, love is the most important thing. No, it's not. So what is the most important thing? It's not the most important thing. What is the most important thing? Because if you don't have a yearning... Yeah, what's the most important thing? If you don't have a yearning to have similar goals, right? If you're not on the same page with goals, if you're not on the same page with commitments, your marriage is not going to work. Goals and commitment are the most important things. Knowledge and understanding are more important. Because, and I never said that this is a part, Nick. It's like I'm hitting a block. I'm hitting a wall today because you are just stuck on no love. I did not say that.
No.
The love that you have, right,
Yeah.
is not at the hierarchy at the very top. The love is there. Like you said, I'll put it in your terms. It's the base, okay?
So you need it.
I never said the love is not. Can somebody please tell Nick that I did not say the love is not there? The love is even there at the divorce point. So how can the love not be there during the marriage?
But this is what I'm saying. You're still not getting what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
No, let me you're not letting me finish. You're not what was the analogy I gave you about a cake, right? And if you take one thing away, change the whole dynamics of that cake.
Okay, do you know if you're baking bread and you don't have yeast, the most important thing in baking bread is yeast in order to get that bread to rise.
Yes.
There are things that are more important than others in the ingredients.
Yes, but it won't be the same if something is missing.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
We know that it won't be the same, but nothing is missing.
That's what I'm saying.
We never said that love is missing. We never said that. My argument is, and I'm going to say it one more time. My argument is...
I'll watch the clip back and see.
Okay. So my argument is you need commitment, right?
You need love.
You need goals.
You need love, right?
Okay. Nicholas, we already came to... guys, I'm beating a dead horse today because I don't understand why Nick doesn't understand that I never eliminated love at all. I did not eliminate love. I said a love alone, just me loving Nick, cannot.
Well, that's the
help
obvious.
the marriage.
Everybody knows you can't just saying you love somebody. That doesn't carry you through a relationship. Love is the basis of what you grow on.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? It's not just, I love you, and everything is hunky-dory. No.
No, but Nick,
it's the obvious.
But Nick, this
like,
is supposed to be a constructive conversation.
It is.
About love, okay? And its place in a marriage, right? So we know that love belongs in marriage. The Bible tells us that we need love, right?
Okay.
So along with that, okay, so we agree that love is necessary, right? My argument is it's not the most important thing in a marriage, and the reason why I don't believe
I don't agree with that.
Okay,
but
and that's fine. And it's funny. We've been having this conversation for years, and the conversation never changes, and it's like we keep going back and forth about it. But the most important thing in the marriage for me is not the love part. Okay, the love is important. But to me, what's most important is my ability to commit. If I can't commit, okay?
But that's what I'm saying. Do you have to love somebody to commit to them?
Some people have commitment issues. Some people have problems with commitment.
I'm asking you a question.
And they still say they love the person that they're with.
Do you have to love somebody to be able to commit to them?
Okay, Nicholas, that's not the point.
No, because you keep on saying.
But Nick, you keep eliminating.
You keep
love.
on saying no. The reason no. Listen to what I'm saying. You keep on saying love is not the most important, but you say commitment is
the most important.
Okay, I get you. I get
the
it.
most.
But listen to what I'm saying. But you're saying commitment is more important than love. But can you love somebody? Can you commit to somebody without loving them?
Nicholas, we're talking about once you've established a marriage.
You're not answering my question.
But Nicholas, because the way how you're asking me the question is silly. We already established that we love each other.
Okay.
We've already established. But I'm talking about the maintenance of the marriage. So we already know that we love each other, right?
Okay.
That's important. Okay. We already established that it's important.
Okay.
But to maintain the marriage, to keep the marriage afloat, to keep it going, because we all know that once you get to a certain point in the marriage, we can start having arguments.
Yeah.
How ironic. We can start having arguments. We can start not seeing eye to eye. We can start having all sorts of problems in the marriage, right? Okay. But even though we're having problems, that doesn't eliminate the fact that we love each other, right? So the love is still there, right?
Exactly what I'm saying.
No, you're not. You don't understand my foresight. You don't understand
Okay.
what I'm seeing.
Okay, let me give me the floor for a minute. Let me just listen to what I'm saying.
I'm gonna keep listening.
So you're saying this is what you're telling me.
And don't eliminate love.
No. I'm not eliminating anything. I think they're all equally important. But you're saying commitment is more important. Commitment and whatever else you say is more. I think they're equally important. But this is what you're telling me. You're telling me
If they were equally important, people couldn't get to divorce court and still turn around and say, "Well, I still love him."
No.
Okay, you still love him, so why can't you get along with him?
I'm gonna let me finish my thought.
I want to know why can they not get along? Because you need to become.
Please let me finish what I'm saying.
not. You need to become a divorce lawyer that reconciles all marriages, since you have the answer to the problem.
I don't have the answer, but what I'm saying is, listen to what I'm saying. This is what I'm going off what you just said.
Yeah.
You said love is not the most important. Commitment is more important, and whatever else you said, right? So I'm asking, my question I'm posing to you is, in order for you to commit to something, do you have to love that thing?
Okay. So when we talk about commitment goes beyond.
I just want you to answer the question, really.
Nicholas, you know what? Listen, I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
But I'm going to answer it the way how I'm going to answer it, okay?
Okay, all right. I'm listening. You're right. Go ahead.
Commitment goes beyond feelings of love, okay?
Okay.
Commitment is a choice. It's very intentional. That is very important.
Yeah.
Your heart and your feeling sometimes can mislead you to do things that you should not be doing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So commitment is extremely intentional. So when I say I am committed to you, you're my husband and I'm committed to you.
Yeah.
It's an intent to want to move in a certain direction.
Yeah.
It's an intent to want to move a certain way with you.
Okay.
Right? Okay. But like I said, love is a feeling of the heart, right? Love doesn't direct your steps well all the time. Love is just a feeling of the heart, right? Okay, so when we're talking about love, let's just say a hypothetical, okay? So a couple is together, right?
So hold on. So what was your point just now? You said, what was your point? Your point is you don't have to. So you don't have to love.
Commitment goes beyond just feeling something. Commitment is very intentional. That was my point.
So you gotta bring it down a notch, because I'm not understanding you clearly, right? Because you said, yeah, that's fine. I'm asking you a simple question. I need a simple answer. Can you commit to something you don't love?
But we didn't say that there's no love in the marriage. We did not say that.
No, I'm proving my point, because you said
no. We did not. You're not.
You're not understanding me, Rudy. I'm trying to.
I'm not. What do you mean I'm not understanding?
You're not understandanding me.
You're not understanding that we.
No, you said love
is
not
love.
No,
we have
but hear
love
me.
in the relationship.
Okay, just listen to me for a second. Just hear me for a second.
I'm hearing you.
You said love is not the most important thing.
Nick.
Right or wrong? No, just hear me out for a second.
The most important. I didn't say it's not important. I said it's not the most important.
It's not the most important.
Yes.
Commitment is more important than love.
Yes, because it's intentional. Yes.
But can you commit to something you don't love?
We did not say that we don't love. We said that love cannot maintain a marriage. So therefore it means that love
So you have to love.
exists.
Yes. So what's important?
Nicholas.
Your commitment is coming from that love.
Nicholas.
Do you get what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Nicholas, I understand what you're trying to tell me, but that is not the topic.
It's not the topic, but I'm just trying to show you.
Don't understand. No, you're not showing
my
me anything.
opinion.
Nicholas,
It's not even my opinion.
You know I'm going to tell you you're not showing me anything. Do you want to know why? Because we wouldn't get married if we didn't love each other. We wouldn't go to the honeymoon if we didn't love each other.
They're equally important.
Nicholas, no, it's not equal. We wouldn't get to the honeymoon. We wouldn't get to the marriage. We wouldn't have kids if we did not love each other.
Yeah.
So we know that the love is there. We're not eliminating the love. But the love is not going to maintain the marriage. That's all I'm trying to say. It's not the thing that's going to maintain the marriage. We already established that love is going to be there, because love is there even when the marriage has dissolved.
I think it's
You're not understanding that.
It's deeper than what you're thinking, though.
No,
like
it's not deeper than what I'm thinking.
But you're cutting me off. I can't finish my thought. Like you're saying,
you have the floor. Keep talking.
No,
you have the floor.
No,
you can go ahead. Finish this off.
No, I understand.
I'm listening to you.
I understand what you're saying.
You tell me how this.
I understand what you're saying, but all I'm saying is, this is what I'm gonna say to the people. I think it's an ingredients, and you need them all to survive your relationship, and they're equally important. I don't think anyone is more important than anyone, because for you to commit to somebody in your relationship or your spouse or whoever, some form of it's deriving from that love that you have for that person. You're not fighting for something you don't love or don't want.
So we understand.
I can't say that.
We understand your yearning to want to commit derives from love. We get it.
But how is commitment more important?
Because if you just love, right? But Nick, how many? Okay, Nick, this is not. This is not even something to laugh at because there are situations in marriages where a man will say he loves a woman, but he's cheating on her. Can you explain that to me? Explain it to me. How does that work? Tell me.
If a man say he love his wife and he's cheating on her.
Yeah, explain to me how that works. He's a cheater.
Works. How does it work? It doesn't work in the way he's a cheater.
Okay, so he is a cheater, right?
Yeah.
So he says he loves her.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. This is going to be a very important question for you to answer.
Yeah.
He said he loves her. He loves her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is he lying?
If he's cheating on her?
Is he lying?
No.
He's not lying. Okay. So we've cleared that part up. So he's cheating on her. He says he loves her. He's not lying.
Yeah. He's not lying.
He's not lying. Why do I feel like I heard a voice?
Yeah.
He's not lying. Okay. Now.
So what is your point?
The relationship is about to fall to pieces because she's about to find out that he is cheating on her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And she's not having it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So at that point, he loves her. She's heartbroken, but she still loves him. Okay. So at that point, is love maintaining the marriage? Because he loves her and he's cheating on her. Is love maintaining the marriage?
What do you like? I don't understand. Is love
maintaining the marriage?
I don't understand.
He's cheating on her. Yeah. He said he loves her.
Yep.
I am over here.
Yeah.
The woman, the wife. I'm crying my eyes out and I'm saying I love him.
Yeah.
But he's cheating on me. So I'm going to walk to divorce court over here.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go to divorce court and I'm going to say, but I loved him, but it just couldn't work because he's a cheater.
Yeah.
And he's going to say, I don't know why I don't know what he's going to say because he's a cheater.
Yeah.
Maybe everything coming out of him is a lie. Who knows? But he still says he loves her.
Yeah.
He still says he loves her. Sorry.
Yeah.
He still says he loves her. So my question to you is, at that point, what is maintaining the marriage?
That's what and that's exactly what I'm saying. Like
love is not maintaining the marriage.
It's not, but that's what I'm saying. It's all important. Something is missing there.
I did not say that
something is missing there.
I never said that love was not important.
Something is missing there.
What I said is commitment at that point.
At that point, he's not committed, so it's missing.
Nicholas, do you want me to tell you something? Let me break the news to you, sir. You can actually be in a marriage and fall out of love with somebody, literally.
That is true.
And then intentionally choose to commit to them because you married them, okay? And commit to your goals with them, okay?
Yeah.
Which now commitment is no longer here. Commitment is more here. So now you are taking your understanding and you are taking your knowledge, right? And you are moving it into a place of revelation, movement. So when you move on your commitment, because you have understanding and you have knowledge, you don't lack understanding and knowledge, you have understanding and knowledge, and you understand that if you don't make a conscious effort to commit, this marriage will go nowhere. Okay? Do you know that simple thing that you're looking at is not as important as love? Do you know that simple
Yeah, but
thing
let
can
me-
bring you back to falling in love again? Now, I know I just took the love out, but that's the only way I can make you understand. Because if I understand the logistics of the way how relationships work,
Yeah.
and the way how people function, and the way how people move, and
Yeah.
I understand that, okay, I don't love him anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use my brain now and commit to making this thing work. Okay, even though I've fallen out of love with you, we can bring the love back. Because if we were at a point, so this is why I'm saying love cannot maintain a marriage. It's your knowledge and your understanding and your movement towards it that will maintain.
But did you hear what you said? You're working back towards that love.
Nicholas, the reason why I said it,
You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't.
No. But the reason why I said it to you, I removed love completely. You know why? Do you know why? Because I'm trying to show you how commitments can then become a greater feature to maintaining your marriage than the actual love.
Yeah, but are you so we're talking about maintaining a healthy marriage, or we're talking about just maintaining?
I'm talking about general maintenance of a marriage.
So you're
what
saying,
makes a marriage last?
Okay, so let me ask you. So you're saying somebody could fall out of love with somebody. You have two people. One person fall out of love with the person, but they tend to stay.
That's not the original thing that I was saying. But the reason why
I thought that's what you just said.
No. Okay, so that's not originally what I was saying. I was just trying to prove the point that love alone cannot maintain a marriage. Okay,
and I agree.
And you
with
agreed.
That.
You agreed that different.
But you need all of it. I don't think any one is more. You saying love is not important than more than commitment and whatever else you say.
I just don't think that love is the most important ingredient.
I think they're all important.
I don't believe that love is the most okay, so let me not say
I think they're all important.
Let me not say it like that. I think everything is important.
Yes.
I agree.
Thank you.
But
that's what I've been trying to say all day.
That's not where I'm going. But I don't think it's the most important thing. I don't think it's the most important thing to maintain a marriage. And I'm going to stand firm on what I said.
Okay, all right, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know you said you don't think it's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, I'm going to go back to I keep on getting back to this cake baking thing, right? Or even, let's use a car, right? You got a battery. And you got an engine or whatever.
You know what, Nick?
No, let me.
I'm gonna let you use your analogy, but I'm about using real life analogies right now, because the battery and the cake and we can tweak a lot of things. Okay. Because I can tell you right now, if I'm missing an ingredient from my cake, I can substitute my ingredient for something else.
Okay.
So I don't know that your analogies. But it won't be the same thing. Nicholas.
It will not be the same thing.
I can make it the same. I can make it taste exactly the same because I'm
It's not going to be the same, babe. It's not. You know that.
But anyways, so go ahead. Use your car analogy.
No, I'm not.
Use your cake analogy.
I lost my train of thought.
You have to lose your train of thought, because when I say that somebody can fall out of love with somebody.
But at least you agree with what I was saying, that they're important. They're all important.
No, I mean, of course love is important.
Yeah, okay.
But
we
did not omit the fact that love does not maintain a relationship. You cannot dispute that love does not maintain a relationship. That's the argument.
No, but
and you're going in different directions.
I'm not. That's what I'm trying to get. I was trying to break it down a different way to show you that that's the basis of what everything grows on. But you're telling me that.
Okay, I never said it. Okay, so I never said that love is not a foundation. It's not a basis. The point that I'm trying to make is, Nicholas, our relationship does not need, love.
It needs love.
Hold on a second.
So,
hold
yes,
on. Hold on.
rephrase.
I gotta say things in a way that you're going to understand it, because clearly your mind is one track tonight, and I don't know what's going on with you, but your mind is one track. So let's put it like this, and you could say my mind is one track, and that's perfectly fine.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, but the bottom line is our relationship cannot survive with love alone. It cannot. I'm gonna tell you, because I'm in this marriage, and I'm gonna tell you, love alone
I
cannot maintain our marriage.
I agree. It's all we need, all the ingredients, and they're all important. They all play a part.
Because if love alone could
They all
maintain
play a
our
part.
marriage right now, you'd be in problems.
They all play a part. So don't tell me this is more important than this. They all play a part.
Nicholas, there are some things in a marriage that will play a more important part than other things.
I don't see it, man.
You can't. Because, okay, I'm going to give you, there's couples out there, right? Love is at the lowest level of their relationship.
Yeah.
Because they're together. Because simply because they got married. I really don't care to be popular opinion tonight, because what I'm saying is absolute truth.
And what I'm saying is true.
And I'm not saying there's no truth to what you're saying. What I am saying.
You agreed with me, so.
Okay, Nick. Whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy. The bottom line that I'm trying to get across here is that love alone cannot maintain a marriage. I don't care
that's
what
the
you're
obvious.
saying.
We all understand that. Love alone cannot maintain a relationship.
Okay, so Nick, if that is the obvious, we've been going back and forth here for quite a while now on this simple topic of love maintaining a marriage, okay?
Yeah.
I did not say, and this is the part that you're not getting, is that I did not say you don't need love in a marriage at all.
You said it.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I never said that.
What
I
did
said
you say?
love alone cannot maintain a marriage. I'm tired of going through the same thing over and over again, talking about the divorced couple that still continues to say they love each other, but they cannot be married. Yeah. So what is most important in a marriage is the way how you understand and your base of knowledge and your ability to carry out what you understand and your knowledge base in the marriage to make it work. So for me, that would be things like commitment, sharing the same goals, right?
And that's most important.
Respect and communication.
Yep.
Okay. Those things can foreshadow love in a marriage. And the reason why is because even if hypothetically you were to lose love in a marriage, and I had the mindset that I knew mentally I needed to make my marriage work. Yeah. And I had the ability to understand that I needed to still continue to commit to the marriage. Yeah. Even though Mr. Cheater over here is cheating relentlessly, claims that he loves me, but he doesn't really truly love me in my mind. In my mind. Yeah. Okay. He might in his heart. I don't know, because I cannot measure people's love. I can only measure my own love, right?
That's true.
I fall out of love with Mr. Cheater. Yeah. It's a possibility. I could fall out of love with him. It's a possibility.
That's true.
And just through my knowledge of understanding that I need to be committed and I need to make the steps to work this through, I can then, in turn, not only begin to love him again, but I can also, you see, the thing about it is when people are looking at love, they look at it so basic. Okay? Yeah. They look at it so basic from a relationship perspective because, you know, just because I'm not in love with you doesn't mean that I don't have a love for you. Okay? It doesn't mean that I want you to go out into the street and for the worst thing possible to happen and I wouldn't care. Yeah. Okay? Because when you say you don't love somebody, that's a very strong thing. Like, that is. I love somebody that I don't even know on the street.
Yes. Okay. So we have different variation of love.
We have different variations of love. Okay. But it doesn't even matter. The point is, I'm not in love with you the way how I used to be in love with you. But I understand that my ability to commit is what's going to make the marriage work. That is a higher, more important thing in the marriage than me just simply loving you. Wow. And I know Nick is being sarcastic.
I'm just saying.
This is where podcast gets juicy.
I just think they're all important.
He doesn't agree with me.
But that's fine.
You haven't agreed with me for years, and that's perfectly fine. But bottom line is this: what makes the marriage work is our ability to commit. I'm committing to you, and I hope you're committing to me.
I'm committed to you because I love you.
Okay.
Why are you? Let me ask you a question. So that's a great question, guys. Why are you committed to me?
Okay, so you're committed to me.
No, I'm asking you a question. Why are you committed to me?
Nicholas, like I said, we started this conversation not saying that love was not involved in the marriage.
Okay, we got past that. I'm asking you a question now. Why are you committed to me?
I'm committed to you because I understand the importance of committing yourself to something, such as a marriage. Okay? So I went to the altar with you and I committed myself, right, to you. So for me, the commitment, because I'm such a loyal individual, is most important, okay? And of course, at the same time, I love you, or else we wouldn't have gotten to the altar.
So love is important because it's there.
But it's not the most important thing, because if I'm walking around here saying that I love you and my commitment factor is low, we have a problem. So my commitment factor, because, you know, even like now, right? So guys, we have heated arguments, but like, we know where we stand. So like, this is just very temporary. We can get these things, we can handle, right? So don't get crazy because we're going back and forth. But honestly, like, for me, commitment is utmost, because once you are committed to something, you can fix all of the problems around it, right? There's chance for fixing. If I'm committed to you and you're committed to me, we can get through our humps and our dilemmas and our issues and our problems. But if I just say I love you and I don't understand the importance of commitment, sorry. If I don't understand the importance of commitment, that then becomes a problem. Okay. So, that's just the way how I look at it. I just have like a different viewpoint from Nick. I think it's very important to have commitment and to share the same goals as another person. For me, when I was looking at Nick as a partner, I wouldn't say love was my drive. Okay. Yes, I fell in love with him, but that was not my drive to be with him. My drive to be with him was seeing ahead. So I was able to see that he shared a lot of the same ideas, concepts, and goals as I did. So we had a lot of the same future perspectives. I don't think maybe he was looking at it that way, but I saw it. I could see it. I could see everything ahead. And that's how I think a lot of times, even when we're not like on the same page, our marriage does end up working, right? So commitment to build together, commitment to go in the same direction, and respecting each other. So that's a big thing too, right?
Yeah.
I know like we go back and forth and we're silly about it. Sometimes you're a little bit cynical and sometimes I get a little hot-headed. But at the end of the day, I think we respect each other. Like, there's no way that we're going to hash it out and go to bed like, like, and just be angry with each other because of petty little conversations that we have where we didn't agree with something. So, the understanding of each other and understanding how we can resolve issues is to me bigger than simply loving each other, right? And I get it. People are going to say, well, you need to love each other to be committed. You need to love each other to have these things. But innately, like really and truly, not necessarily. Because you can lose love and get back love through commitment, through respect, and through choosing to understand, and through choosing to walk together. You can actually gain those things back. Because there are couples in this world that actually fall out of love with each other. So, real life example. We just had a disagreement, right? But he says it his way. I say it my way. I respect what he's saying. I don't agree with it. So my deal here was to argue my point, and his deal was to argue his points. But at the end of the day, I respect that he thinks that in order to get to these things, love is the most important. I look at it from a different angle. We're still working, but we respect each other's thoughts and, viewpoints on that. Let me see what other points I had here. Let's see. What about forgiveness?
What about forgiveness?
So we have goals, respect, commitment. Those are three things that are very big things that will make a marriage work over love.
I can't say that, though. I don't agree with that. I can't.
Okay. Maybe I need to restate. On top of love.
Yeah, I could do that. That works in conjunction with love.
You say in conjunction with love, and that's perfectly fine. But like I said, love alone cannot make a marriage work.
And forgiveness alone can't let it work.
No, we know that.
That's what I'm saying.
We know that. No, but I just think there's a lot of people that have this fantasy. Oh, as long as you have love, you have everything.
Then they're crazy.
Yeah, but I think that's where this topic is basically coming from. The fact that people really think that in marriage, as long as you have love, everything can work.
That's not true.
Love cures all. He said it.
You need all the ingredients.
Yes.
You need all the ingredients to make this thing work correctly.
We know that you need all the ingredients, Nicholas.
And I don't think anything is,
but the
because
argument
once you take
is
away
love alone cannot make.
Once you take away one of them, then it's not going to be the same.
Okay.
So you need all. They're equal. I don't care how small or big they are. They're equally important.
Technically, you can get love back with all of those other things.
I don't know, man.
If you lose love, because I think it's possible to lose love.
Like,
I mean,
in a relationship,
I'm not sure if you lost the love, something serious had to be going on.
Is it losing love, or is it more of being disappointed?
Falling out of love. It's more falling out.
Or being disappointed.
It's more falling out of love, I think.
Or trust.
It's
loss of trust.
It's falling out of love, because I don't believe that people just discontinue love like that. To say you don't love somebody is a big deal. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is it trust, disappointment?
Well,
that we kind of like sometimes categorize as, falling out of love. Because if you're still with the person, obviously there's something there. You might not trust them no more, or you might disappointed in them.
You might be disappointed in them.
Yeah.
That is correct. Because a lot of times people, they have these expectations of people. They have this fantasy in their head of how their spouse should be. Like right now, I have this fantasy in my head that my husband should just agree with everything that I say because I said it.
That's not how it works.
No, I'm just giving a hypothetical. But we do have fantasies in our head of how spouses should respond to each other and how spouses should work, and it should be ideal, and they should always agree with each other, and so forth and so on. But I just think that just saying I love you is overrated. There's so much more that it takes to make a marriage work, right? So much more than just love. So like I said at the beginning, love alone cannot make a marriage work. You need trust, forgiveness, and I think we've talked about that a few times. How important just forgiving one another is, okay? It's the role of letting go past grievances. So if I've pissed Nick off, he shouldn't be hanging on to that for dear life and keeping it in the back of his mind and ready to shoot me with, you upset me, right? Let's just say a couple faces trust issues, but they worked on rebuilding and forgiving past mistakes. Now, trust and forgiveness is very important for sustaining the marriage, because if there is lost trust or if there's no forgiveness, you're going to continuously have issues on and on and on. throughout the marriage. So that's just one example of something. It doesn't matter how much you love each other. Forgiveness and trust is a major building block to maintaining a marriage, right?
Yeah.
So, companionship, solidarity.
Yeah.
That is really important. Okay, so for instance, Nick likes to use me as his confidant. So he'll talk to me and I talk to him. We're each other's confidants, we're each other's companions. If something is going on, he runs it past me, I run it past him, and that's basically how we function. You know, when we're facing challenges in life, we become a team with each other, right? And
we're always a team, guys. Even if we're not facing any challenges, we're always a team.
Okay, you're right.
But when there's challenge, that's when we tighten up the team even tighter. So,
correct.
But I mean, we do everything together. We do everything together. All right. So.
Okay. So that is basically how you have like older couples. They grow old together, right? So they grow old together, and because they've been with each other for so long, they face ups, they face downs, and they become a solid team. They will enjoy each other's company. And that's what makes the relationship.
You know why? You know why those older people, you know what happened?
What happens?
Because the older you get, guys, unfortunately, it's the less people you're going to know.
That's not the only reason why.
So you got your bestie next to you, hanging on to your bestie for dear life. Because that's just a joke, guys. But really, though, like the old... Because I worked with a... Maybe I shouldn't say that, but... Yeah, I guess I will. I work with a couple older guys, and, you know, they tell me that all the time, like... You know, they got like, which is obvious, right? The longer you live, more people are gonna pass, and blah 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 blah. So you kind of like your friend list kind of narrowed down to like really 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 slim. I know one of the guys. I think he's like the only one from his mom that's still. It's just, you know. So I mean. Yeah, so you're gonna you get closer and closer and closer to your part. Even now, to be honest, man, like I got friends, but I don't have a lot of friends.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Because you start to weed the list out.
and part of it is, you know, like you getting older, you get more mature, you start having a family, you start having kids, and that's who needs all your attention though. Like when you were younger and you're out there, then you know you could hang out and do whatever you want to do, but now. You're creating a family, and they need you. So, I think all of that plays into it. So, I mean, and who else to be a best friend than your spouse?
The person that you've had your ups and your downs with.
So,
that you face, you know, adverse events with.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and then just companionship through all the ups and downs.
Yeah.
And just getting through everything together helps you to maintain a long-lasting marriage at the end of the day. So I mean we agree, at least. Nick seems to think that love is the most important thing for marriage. I don't think it's the most important thing. No, but like let's summarize this.
Yeah, we are.
You believe that it's the most important thing for
marriage.
No.
Let me do my summarization, guys. This is where Nick is going to speak for himself. Okay, guys?
Remember, we started the vlog.
So,
I'm in a different place. We started the podcast, and the argument was that love cannot maintain.
So this is my...
Love alone cannot maintain a marriage.
Let me give my
Remember that, Nick.
My final thought on this topic right here. So, honestly, guys, all right, so... The whole thing
Tell me where I'm right.
No, I'm gonna talk about it. I just think I'm just messing. I just think this topic was a great topic. Honestly, like we had two different vantage point how to look at it, which will give you guys will give you guys that's watching, a different way to look at it, or a different, see how somebody else views it or whatever. But I truly think, and truly think, man, that you need it all. Everything works together. Everything just works better when everything works together. So love, for me, love is all right. When you say you love somebody, you'll make the ultimate sacrifice, right? So, and I think that stuff, that's the foundation of where all relationships should be based on, love. That's where everything builds on. So, I mean, like, so it's gonna be, if that's the foundation, everything else that comes up, that's standing on that right there. Everything else, love is in everything else that comes up. That's how I feel about it. So, I mean, obviously you don't have to talk about it because it's already there, because it's part of the building process.
Mm-hmm.
But like Nadine alluded to earlier, like all the other parts of it is equally important.
Essential.
Like forgiveness, like commitment, trust, solidarity, like all of that is important in a relationship or in a marriage to make it work. Because if you don't have all the ingredients in it, something is going to be missing. You might go on for a little while, but at some point you're going to hit a wall,
you're going to be in divorce court, and you're going to be saying, but I loved him, but it just couldn't work.
Yeah. So
while love is essential, we both agree that love is essential. Okay, we didn't take that part out. We just said, at least I just said, that love cannot make a marriage work. Okay? Because there's different scenarios where people just say they love each other, and
yeah,
we have a definition that we as a couple believe that love is. Other people look at it. Sometimes people, they say they love, but they don't have a true concept of what love is. And sometimes people do truly love each other. It's just that their love is skewed based on their upbringing or certain life circumstances that they've had.
And I get it. Like, you hear it all the time. Oh, that person broke up with me. They didn't really love me.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't really love me. That's necessarily not true, though. You know what I mean? They probably love you, but the other elements
don't know how to function.
Yeah, and the other elements of the relationship was just not there. So I mean, I fully understand the whole scope of.
So we're on the same page.
Of what we're always on the same page, but I was just saying.
I'm messing with him.
For me, everything is equally important. So.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he just has a different take on things from me. I think, though I'm not a man, some parts of my thinking is very logical when it comes to relationships. I may be the atypical woman when I look at the way how relationships function. To some level, I think I might be a little bit atypical sometimes in my thought process. But I do look at things very logically sometimes, because my end goal for me, like I said, when I looked at him, I wasn't just like, oh, I'm in love with him. No, it was more like, you know what? I see a compatibility. I think this can work for the future. That's the way how I looked at it. I don't know how Nick was looking at it, but I just wasn't like mushy and like, oh, I'm so in love. Like, I saw something. Like, I saw something there, and I knew that it could work.
Yeah, and that's something that we didn't talk about. That's I think is ultra important, like super important.
I don't think he saw things the way how I was seeing things.
Like you said it. I think compatibility is so vital.
Yeah, I think he was more.
It's so important in a relationship that I think is one of them things we should have talked about, but we just touched on it a little bit. But compatibility, man, you have to be compatible with that person. You have to be like it's so important. Like, you guys gotta be clicking at the same way. You guys have to want to be going the same place.
The same direction.
The
other critical factors to making a marriage ultimately work for you. So I'm glad at the end of the day, I think we have, basically the same understanding to some level. We just might kind of angle it differently and look at it from different angles.
Yeah, and guys, I know what she was saying. I fully understand what she was saying. I was just giving the viewers a different viewpoint of what it looked like, or what other people are thinking too. So, I mean, if I sit here and we all agree at the same time, it's kind of boring, right? Like, there got to be some type of, like, give somebody a different vantage point to look at it.
Communication, trust, forgiveness, companionship, solidarity, all very important points, okay? In order to make a marriage have longevity. We got married because we want to be married for life, I hope. And I hope that none of you guys, or for us, for that matter, would ever end up in a situation where we are in divorce court and we're looking at each other and saying, we tried to make it work. We wish we could have made it work. Mm-hmm. We still love each other, but it just couldn't happen. Yeah. Okay? So, we just want to make sure that we're clear on, our viewpoints about this. And what are you guys thinking? Okay? Do you guys feel that love can survive solely on the pretense of love? Or do you believe that love is not the greatest factor in a marriage? So my thing was, love is not the greatest factor. Love is very important and it is essential. It's kind of like water, but I feel like if you have water and it's dirty and you consume the water, you're going to die, right? So even though love is like water, there are other very important factors. And
that goes along with it.
Yeah, if you go south on those particular things, your marriage is surely going to
I agree with that, because more often people always say, "Oh, I love him, and they think that's it, but it's a little bit more than that.
It is, for sure. Okay, so tell us what you guys think. What is your viewpoint? Come for me. I'm ready for you.
Yeah.
In the comment section. Just go ahead and be honest with us in the comment section. Tell us what your viewpoint is, and we will surely appreciate the dialogue.
And let me know, guys. All right, guys. I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that love is the most important thing in a relationship, or is it not?
Or is it the communication, trust, forgiveness, companionship, and solidarity?
Or whatever you think is more important. Just let us know.
Those groups.
Let us know.
Okay.
Maybe there's something else they think that's important.
And we didn't say that we're eliminating love 100%. We're just saying, is there a group of things that actually make a marriage work?
Yeah.
More than just to say, I love you.
Yeah. I think that was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. You guys, we thank you for your time. If you made it to the end, congratulations, because this was a rough topic to go over.
Yeah.
And we definitely appreciate all of your time. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead. How rude, Nick. We're not ready to say goodbye. Go ahead and hit that subscription button down below. Hit that notification bell. And we will see you guys next Friday for another sit-down topic. And between then, don't forget to subscribe for Shop With Me's, Decorate With Me's, and hauls, right? And lifestyle vlogs. Bye, guys. See you guys later.